ugbu a m dị na mbara agha ama ihe chere m n'iru ọ bụ ọnwụ m. Akpọghị ndị m na-alụsị agha asị, omume ha ka m kpọrọ asị. Ndị m na-alụrụ agha ahụghị m n'anya, ọnwụ m agaghị ewute ha ma ọ gaghị ebutere ha aṅụrị. O nweghị iwu ji m ịlụ agha a, o nweghị onye dunyere m lụwa ya karịa ịhụnanya m nwere ebe ndị nke m nọ. Ndị enyi m chọrọ ka m pụta na mbara agha ka m hapụ ịnwụ n'agha, ma ha chefuru na agwọ anaghị atụ nwata n'iru nne ya. Ọ bụ eziokwu na nne m, ụmụnne m, ndị enyi m, nwa agbọghọ bụ sọ mma m chọrọ ịlụ na-echegbu onwe ha banyere m, ma agaghị m ahapụ mbara agha ka ndị iro kpọrọ ha n'iru m. Ahapụla m ụlọ biri n'ọhịa. Dinta m bụ ugbu a bụ ịgbagbu mmadụ ibe m. Abụrụla m anụ ọhịa iji wetara ndị nke m udo. Agha ka m dị n'etiti ya ugbu a. Gee ntị ihe na-ada n'ọhịa m dị n'ime ya. Kwapụ kwapụ bụ ekele ụtụtụ anyị ma. Unu dum egwu nke egbe. Ọ dakata, m chefue ndụ na-akpọ egbe m ka ọ bụ akwara. Igba egbe kwụsị, m weli isi, chịa ọchị. Ntụgharịa ndị soro m rie nri ụtụtụ abụrụla ozu nwụrụ anwụ. Ama m na otu ụbọchị ga-abụ nke m. Ahụla m ọnwụ m. Otu ụbọchị ka m ga-atọgbọrọ dịka ndị enyi m nọ n'ebe a. Ebe a ka udele, akịka na anụ ọhịa dị iche iche ga-enwe nzukọ n'elu m. Ọkpụkpụ m ga-achịsara n'ọhịa. Onye ọrụ ubi sụwa ọhịa, ọ sụpụta okpokoro isi m na ọkpụkpụ m. O suwe ọkụ, o suo m ọkụ. Ihe ubi towe, o too n'elu ọkpụkpụ m. O nweghịkwa nwa ada ga-esusu m ọnụ maka na ya esusu ala ọnụ. Otu a ka ndụ m ga-esi agwụ. Anya ga-atọ ndị nwe m n'ama. Ma anya ikpeazụ m na ha hụrụ bụ nke ha hụrụ m tupu njewe agha. Anya ọzọ anyị ga-ahụ bụ n'ala ezumike.
is my home, and I'm home to stay. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
We will be the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, worldwide, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They bring una this informate. Everybody, including human being, minus human animals, clean your ear very well for this important informate. On 27th April 2022, IPOB they enforce the ban on Fulani cow and everything Fulani by fire by force. By this informate, no Ochin Nama and Nama go waka waka for any road or bush in Biafra land, or cow parade, or cross country, whatever it be, catwalk, fashion parade of Nama, jogging and exhibition, sightseeing or excursion, and no more entering of Fulani cows into Biafra land, either by direct or indirect, crook or crooked way again. From 27th of April 2022, any Fulani cow we see in Biafra land don't become a foreigner, illegal immigrant, an occupant, and a wanderer and contraband. Our people wey dey into cow business, we don't switch over to our native cow and goat business, must have ranches, while every ranch must get their ranch identification, initial recognition for easy identification of ranch and location. With the coming of these Fulani caused cows and their Ochin Nama, they use the opportunity to flood their jihadist foot soldiers into our land, who occupy our bushes, rape and kill our mothers and sisters, destroy our farmlands, bans, desecrate our lands, pollute our drinking waters. My brother, which one I go count now? Therefore, to this Fulani come in our land, we say enough is enough. Once again, we say enough is enough to our people using 3 trillion naira to chopulate only Fulani cost cow every year, when no they add any value to our land, only destroy everything, destroy our economy, destroy our lifestyle, destroy everything about us. You know they understand. From 27th April 2022, any Fulani cow, either by cow jailbreak, misroute or misroad, go face the judgment of the spirits of the land. Make you help us and help yourself to stop this Fulani defilement of our land with their unclean, abominable and defiled cow. If they go destroy liquor for naught, say it no good. My brother, Fulani and their cow now the baddest resident evil in our land of Biafra, and we must checkmate them and stop them before they stop you. Bros, you know the shame? Say person wey hate you like shit, they give you food and you dey chop late. Abi no be poison and death you dey chop when Fulani cow never come. Wetin you dey eat as meat? Dem born you born Fulani cow or una be twins? Since you start dey chop late every Fulani cost animalistic animal, check your health and yourself. You don comot for human being, behave like animal, and your face and everything change, resemble Fulani cow for character, and you dey very disruptive against your people like the Fulani cows. From 27th of April, our special cow ban enforcement task force go do the needful, monitoring, supervising and documenting all ranches in Biafra land. Use your hand to comot monkey handle before it turns to human being. No forget, e go dey play and this one go dey show. No be only audio. Our word is our bond, no going back. This one no be witch hunt, but na to cleanse our land and set it in order. Now the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Apuketi Nwa of our land, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they bring una this message.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
Abalị 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ 2022 anyị nọ n'ime ya ka mmachibido nke Nnamdi Fulani ịbata na ịgagharị n'ala Biafra niile ga-akwasị igbodo ma kpụrụkwa ọkụ n'ọnụ. Ndị anyị na-akpa ehi Igbo, ewu maọbụ atụrụ ga-ahụ na ha ga-etinye ya n'ọgba ebe a na-azụ ehi, atụrụ nke nwa bekee kpọrọ ranch n'asụsụ bekee. Ebe ọgba ọzụzụ ndị a niile ga-enwe akara ejirimara ebe ha nọ na onye nwe ha maka ngụkọ bụ ịgba. N'ihi nke a, ndị ọrụ nchọta wike pụrụ iche ga-ahụ na mmachibido a nwere isi ga-amalite ọrụ na-egbughị oge, ma ịbụ gọvanọ, sinetọ, eze, igwe, chief na-akpa nnama n'aha ndị Fulani. Ihe anyị chọrọ bụ ka anyị hazie obodo anyị, mekọta ihe niile, kpara anyị ehi Igbo, wetara anyị ehi Igbo tinye n'ọgba nke ahụ bụ nke anyị kpọmkwem ka anyị hazie ala Biafra mekwana ya ka ọ dị mma ka ọ dịghị n'uche n'ịhazi ala Biafra ile mmadụ anya n'ihu adịghịkwa ya o n'agbanyeghị na anyị na-eji ijeri kwuru ijeri naira ruru 3 trilion naira na-eji ata ma na-asụ adịghị ọcha ndị Fulani ha kpọrọ nnama n'ọnụ kwa afọ niile na-enweghịzi ihe ha na-etinye n'ala Biafra emechakwa ha were ego ahụ anyị kwụrụ ha na nnama were gaa zụrụ ngwa ọgụ ha ga-eji wakpo anyị n'ime ya ha egbuo nne anyị gbuo nwanne anyị nwaanyị ebe ha kwasokwara ha iko n'ike gbuo nne anyị bibie ọba ji ala ubi anyị na mkpụrụ akụkụ niile tinyere mmiri ọṅụṅụ anyị ka ha metọkwara anyị abụrụzie kpọmkpokoro tọgbọrọ n'efu ebe ha na-ajụkwa anyị unu ga-eme gịnị hel ihe asịgharị otu a ọrịlanụ mmanụ nụnụ onye nyụwakwanụrụ na-eji aka enyụgharị onwe ya ọbịa mere anyị chọrọ iji ohere a nyụgharịkwana onwe anyị nụnụnụ maka na onye na-arachaghị ọnụ ya n'oge ogoro eshepụ ọnụ ya nụnụnụ ya bụrụ na anyị ji aka anyị na-egbute ụtarị na-apịa anyị mgbe dum ọ bụ ya mere ndị nwe obodo na ndị nchịkọta na-ahụ maka ala Biafra bụ IPOB jiri sị mbanụ o zuola nke mere eme kpuru ekete ọzọ emekwala n'ihi ya na 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ 2022 a anyị nọ n'ime ya ka nwaada ga-afụ ahịa nkwa malite na 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ a bụ 2022 nna m ọbụla ahụrụ n'ezi maọbụ n'ọhịa na-akpagharị na-anọghị n'ebe ọzụzụ ya maọbụ ehi maọbụ atụrụ maọbụ ewu ga-abụ.
Good evening, great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people. I welcome you this evening once again. Of course, it is a day that Chukwu Kikabiama have made. And of course, it is a privilege for me this evening to be speaking to Biafrans and people of goodwill, lovers of freedom all around the world. Indeed, so today is the day Chukwu Kikabiama have made, and it is the 20th day of May 2022, the year of our Lord. And of course, the time standing here in Johannesburg, 10 minutes to 7 p.m. in the evening. And of course, if you are listening to me from Biafra land, it should be the same minutes past the top of the hour. It should be around about 10 minutes to 6 p.m. In the evening in that holy land of Biafra. Therefore, permit me this evening to welcome you wherever you are and wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice this evening. My name's Mazi Onoha, and of course this is a special program that we are bringing to you, and we have advertised this, we have made it go viral, we have spoken to Biafrans about this program. It is a program, of course, we have come up with in order for us to elaborate more on the things and issues, of course, facing our people, but in a different way, in an argumentative way. But when I say argument, I'm talking constructively. People do argue in vain arguments, but when we argue as Biafra, we argue to prove our point. And that is why this evening I bring to you the constructive argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Onoha. This is constructive argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Onoha. Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, welcome back. Of course, indeed, so it is constructive argument, and without wasting time, because my guest this evening, he need no, introduction. He is a man you will love to hate, but hate him or love him, he is doing the work that he is meant to do, and oh yeah, he is doing it rightly well. But before I introduce my guest today, of course, he is the first guest that we are showcasing in this program. And I tell you, More is to come. It is a program that we will be bringing to you every week. We will bring a guest to you to come on this platform and argue their point, and of course, at the end of the day, you Biafrans will be the judge. For me, Mazi, I will be playing the devil's advocate. I will be bringing question, not as an IPOB member, but on a general basis, on a neutral ground. The things that even our enemy will be asking, the same I will be asking this evening in order for us to get a clear answer. But before we do that, we will not forget to do the needful. And we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, welcome back. Of course, indeed, it is constructive argument, and of course, I don't have to waste more of your time because we are on it. Now, I'm going to tell you the rule of engagement. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, I want you to do something. As we are talking, as we are arguing our point, and you feel that there is something you would like me to put through to our guest this evening, I want you to go to Mike Biafra OB on Facebook. It is on Messenger, Mike Biafra OB. For those of you who are watching live on Facebook, you will post your questions there if you have any. Unfortunately, this night I am not going to open the line yet, but in the weeks coming we will do that. But you can send me your question and we will deal with your question. Mike Biafra OB on Facebook, or rather Messenger, it is where you can send those questions. Right now I want you also to begin to share this to everybody. Come and hear that we IPOB know exactly what we are doing and where we are going. Without wasting any of your time, my guest this evening, as I told you, he need no introduction. He is nobody else than Mazi Chinedu. My goodness me. Let's get straight to it. It is time for constructive argument on Radio Biafra. Mazi Chinedu, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Kechku, thank you. Good evening from here, from the state of Kuwait. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear, and humanity can testify to that. Welcome to Constructive Argument, Mazi.
Thank you so much, Mazi Kechku. It's an honor being the first person you are hosting on this Constructive Argument program. I hope our people will understand why this program should be recommended for people to always listen to this kind of program, because it is where, like you said, you will play the devil's advocate. All those questions that people normally ask, both the good ones and the bad ones, the one in our favor and the one not in our favor, we will make sure we dissect them on this constructive argument program. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chinedu, and of course, welcome to this program. You see, because we hit below the belt on this program, and that is why I thought it is wise to call that man they would like to hate to kick off this program. So if you have anything or any allegation, whatever, bring it on. I believe Mazi Chinedu will deal with it as well. It is time for constructive argument. This is constructive argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, absolutely. Mazi, let's get straight to it. Now, my first question to you, Mazi Chinedu, is this. A lot of noise has been made about the banning of Fulani cows in Biafra land. So many adverts, so many jingles. And of course, the D-Day has come and gone. I want to ask you, Mazi Chinedu, has the Fulani cows been banned? If that is correct, what have you been doing to do the implementation to ensure that Fulani cows are not roaming the streets of Biafra land? Please get straight to it.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi Kechukwu. Like you said, Fulani cows are bound in Biafra land. This is a law enacted by the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra, and it is supported by the Biafran people. It is a law that we are not going to ban down today or tomorrow or next tomorrow until the mission why the Fulani cows are being bound are achieved. In this case, people might think it is an automatic issue. You know, something you come up, you just bound them, they go away. These are people who have already secured the market. The meat in the southeastern region part, both the south-south, the southwest, in fact, the whole southern part of Nigeria. So it is not something somebody will just think that in one day, all the cows from the Fulanis will disappear from Biafra land. It is a gradual process. But not only gradual, we are enforcing it. One thing that happened to show you there are effects. It is no more, the Fulani cows are no more being brought into Biafra land at their will. We know some of them now are smuggling the cows. Some of them are protecting the cows.
Hold on. Mazi Chinasa, Mazi, hold on. Mazi, hold on. Mazi Chinasa, can you hear me? Hold on. But people are telling me that they are seeing troops of Fulani cows being brought across the river Niger. And you are telling me here that Fulani cows are not coming into Biafra land. Can you please explain this well? Because there are people who don't agree with this. Please go ahead.
Mazi, that's what I'm telling you. Now the Fulanis are smuggling the cows, do you understand me, into Biafra land with securities, with the Nigerian military securing some of them to come inside Biafra land. They are doing that. The cows are still coming in. But one thing is very clear. You know, most of their cows, they roam the streets of Biafra land at will. They roam everywhere in communities. That is the first place we have to curtail them. The ones that are coming in protected by the militaries and protected by the security forces to bring them to a location, I'm not going to comment on that for security reasons. But one thing is this. There are still some Fulani cows coming into Biafra land, but they are protecting them. But the ones coming through the parts of the bushes, the ESN are there. We are there every day. I mean, men are combing the bushes. You know, Biafra land is very big. It is not a desert area. It is something men are taking their time to comb from one place to another. And you know, there are people that move from one place to another. We do not have that resources. We do not have that equipment or, let me say, mobilities to cover the whole of Biafra land, all of at a certain particular time. But the men are moving, combing the bushes, pushing the ones we are seeing. What they found out is this. They realize that ESN are in the bushes and they are making movement. You will find that they may come in here now. The moment the information gets to us, they move to another part. So it is something that we are making sure. It, like I said at the beginning, it's not something overnight you stop them, but we have already started curtailing them, and we are not taking any excuses in curtailing them. We don't care, because it is something that we protect the land. It is something to put our people in a safer environment. Now, I will tell you something, what we intend to achieve with the banning of the Fulani cows. Mazi, you can agree with me that after the Civil War, the Nigerian government, you know, our people are not thinking, the Nigerian government banned stockfish. Stockfish is one of the best delicacy, fish our people love so much. They love this stockfish that even, you know, stockfish are being used in marriages, in occasions, in everything. But if our people understand our point, that the Nigerian government, Fulani cabals, they now impose this cow meat on our people. They start to ban, they start to destroy our businesses on stockfish, those who do the importation. It is not that the Fulanis are not importing cows. The northern Nigeria do not have these cows. They are importing these cows from Niger Republic, from Sudan, from Chad, from all these places. And you can bear with me, last time the government was talking about they are reducing the importation of cows from other countries. That shows you that these cows are not even being owned. by the Fulanis in Nigeria. They move their cows. That means we are the consuming party for their cows. And they look at the number of cows that are being killed in Biafra land on a daily basis.
Mazi,
Yes.
I am trying to believe or agree with you. Now you are telling me that the ESN is curtailing their movement in the bushes. But now, the whole idea of bringing the Fulani cows in Biafra land, is it not to be sold? And what if they get away from the bush? Each time they bring the cow, they go to the market directly and sell the same. So what will the ESN be doing in the bush?
Okay. No, Mazi, let me tell you something. They are bringing in the cows. Let me tell you, when we put up the ban for this, the Fulani cows, what they did, if you watch out what is happening now, they now hand over these cows to some Igbo traders or some Igbo businessmen. They ask them to take these cows in a cheaper rate, knowing quite well that we might not attack an Igbo dealer. Do you understand my point?
I'm listening.
We are not saying that there are no cows entering. But now, it is a kind of little complicated because they now hand over the cows to an Igbo man. Now, when they hand over the cows to an Igbo man, that's why in our press release, when the ban was set, we tell them, we want people to make sure any cow you have, make sure you have a ranch, make sure you have a secured place so that we can be able to monitor those cows. We can be able to monitor which cows is coming in, the one that is going out. Because if we found out that maybe from there we can be able to figure out those who are now pushing these cows with the Fulani pump. The main purpose is that we must tell them, we want our people to start rearing. Mazi, you will agree with me, this is a business they have been doing for more than 50 years in our land. It will not be very, frankly, overnight to stop them. Even though we have to apply force on those ones in the bushes. But those ones that are coming inside the market, coming in, we will make sure ESN will go to the length of sealing off any slaughterhouse that are killing Fulani cows. It is coming, and that is one thing people have to have in mind. But first, we have to curtail their inflow. We know the ones that are already in Biafra land, and we are already finding out those who are dealing, our own people dealing on cows. We are already monitoring them. We are already looking at the things they are doing, if they are ready to obey this rule by IPOB. Because number one, if we can be able to curtail this, Mazi, it will create also the bringing back of the Efibo.
All right, Mazi, before you go there, because I'm actually coming there, I've got actually two phases of this question. Now, we have two players here. The two role players here are the Fulanis who are bringing the cow, and the second player are those who are patronizing them, those who are buying them. Let's shift away from the Fulanis that are bringing in the cow for now. What are you doing about our people who are buying cows? Our people who are buying them, I'm talking like about hundreds of cows. Some will say I'm burying my mother or my father with 20 cows and what have you. Is our eyes on the ground to checkmate those? Please go ahead.
Yes, Mazi, a people that have, been decayed, brainwashed for many years. That is why IPOB, this program you bring up here is going to educate our people a lot over these cows. This is the problem we are having among our people. Let me tell you something. We live in let me call it, where there are laws, so most of us live in a civilized world. And the way Nigerians handle things is not the way IPOB is hoping, or it's not the way IPOB want to handle these issues. If it is Nigeria will go out there, kill the people, arrest people, but we believe the awareness must continue. Number one, the people that are burying, our people should understand that before you can kill a goat If your father died, your grandfather died, uncles, in our tradition, it is a goat that you will use for the burial. Until our people now, trying to show, import some foreign ways of life, they now say it is cow. I know there are people who do kill horses. It is a sign of respect, those who do those things. But if you found out, our people have shifted completely from killing of goats for burial and moved to who pushed them. These are because of the availability and not availability, even like kind of, most of our people take it like it's a culture. They want to impose this culture in us. Now, people used to kill one cow when their father or mother died. Some two, they give to their, now, gradually our people love importing foreign cultures, foreign ways of life. Now, people will kill for their father, kill for their mother, give one cow to their ndikunneha from his maternal side, give to the uncles. You found out that before you bury somebody in the family, you are giving like 4 cows. But in this generation of a new generation of Biafrans who have continued to deceive our youth with fake lives, they have come now to let us know that 1 cow is not enough for any burial. I mean, when somebody died, they are talking about how many cows did you bury your mother with? Did you, this guy buried the mother with 20 cows. It is now, you see how we are importing some foreign ways of life. We are not going into, we are passing the message to them. But one thing is this. First, I believe we have not done enough awareness for them to understand what IPOB is talking about, how it's affecting the society negatively, how it's affecting our people negatively, how it's making us to keep a lot of dead people in the mortuaries because families does not have money to bury them because they are waiting for cows, how many cows they are going to use to bury their people. All these things, if you look at it, all this scenario, it results in a very complicated approach. For that reason, we continue to educate our people. And I know most of our people have started to understand that this thing IPOB is talking makes a lot of sense. Because in a burial, for example, somebody said, like we know this, our brother last time, they said they brought 300 cows, or how many cows for the burial of the mother. They call Obi Kubana. Okay, let us come. Did they finish eating the whole 300 cows? No. Does Obi Kubana have a farm for cows? Maybe no. But one thing is this, people buy these cows, 200,000, 400,000, 500,000. At the end of it, the Fulani comes in the back. Maybe they kill 10, 20 cows. He come in the back and rebuy those cows again at a cheaper rate because he's not going to do anything with it. Maybe these cows were bought at 250,000. They will come back and buy it 150,000. It is still the Fulani. They rotate and play in the mind of our people. Do you understand me? With the cow business, they use the cow business to. So, Mazi Kechku, the most important thing is there. Have we done enough awareness program? I know it is not enough. I know people are also listening to what we are saying. What I'm saying is that for those who are doing those business, conniving with them, the time we are coming to them, but let us make enough awareness. And we are going to now move into the next step of making sure. That is why we want their ranches. We already monitor.
All right.
PSN is already taking care of those things. Because at the end of it, we will make sure they have ranch numbers.
I heard you.
If we see any cow in some areas, we will know which ranch, yes, that they are coming out from.
All right,
Mazi
Chinasa, I heard what you are saying. Now, let me ask you this, because the Fulanis has came out to say that it is out of hatred that we have for Fulani people that made us to ban the cow. Now, I want you to clear the air. Why did Biafrans, why did IPOB put a ban, an embargo on Fulani cows? Tell us the actual reason, so that if Mieti Allah are listening, if Fulanis are listening, they will hear direct from the horse's mouth the actual reason why Fulani's cows were banned in Biafra land. Please go ahead.
Mazi, number one, the Fulani traders, who are called the Fulani traders, are different from the Fulani herdsmen. The Meeti Allah, who are the umbrella, the terrorist umbrella, sponsoring and governing many of them, who controls all these businesses. We ban Fulani cows for many reasons, not for one, not two, and I will make it very clear here. Number one, from our research, from informations available to the IPOB leadership, we realize that the cows, the billions of naira being gotten from the Fulani cows sold in the south, this is what propels them. This puts a lot of gun and bullets in their disposal. And you know the Fulani have this mentality of nobody owns the land, that they are going to take everywhere. They believe that Nigeria belongs to them. And for this reason, we realize that we are buying these cars. That means we are helping, fueling the terrorists who are killing our mothers, our sisters, our fathers, our uncles, who goes to the farm, many of them who planted crops. Most of them took loans from the bank for agricultural projects. And you found out that the Fulani intentionally, they comes in, destroy these crops, kill our people, and on the same time, boast about it, that nobody can do anything because Nigeria belongs to them. Nigeria may belong to them, but Biafra land does not belong to them. This is a very clear message. Now, as they are importing the cows, forcing our people, for example, if you go to South Sudan, where if you want to marry a wife, if you go to like South Sudan, you want to marry a wife, maybe where they marry women with 500 cows, depending how big you are, how they marry people with number of cows. Gradually, they are pushing this ideology, this way of life to our people, that everything our people want to do, if cow is not involved, nothing can be done. These are some of the reasons we bound Fulani cows in our land. That's number one. Number two, you found that they are doing spiritual, spiritual, I don't know how to put it, like devilish acts with the cows. There are some Fulanis we've been able to interrogate when we caught them. We asked them. We found some human parts with them. We found some of our people's human parts, like their breast, their private parts, the penis. We caught them in the bushes. We realized that some of them, they said they take these parts to do incantation, to do, let me put it in a way, people, they do juju, they do all this kind of fetish medicines, in order for our people to continue to consume the cows. They will never leave the cow, because it is a source for that the business must flourish in our place in order for them to make more money. And that is why when we gather most of this information, in some places in Biafra land where they have these market days, people normally go to market on so date, Eke market, Ore market. We have collected a lot of data that on these days where there are these market days, they do go in. It is when the communities are quiet, some people can go to the market. They will attack some, people that are vulnerable. Maybe only a woman went to pick up some vegetable they can attack, because everybody going to the market. That is why we put most of the ESN operatives in those areas to make sure that, because we have found discriminating evidence, and from what some of them have said, that they have come to make sure also that the business is flowing, but they do it through the magical means, the juju ways, that it is the parts. They are taking, sometimes you found our people dead in the farm, their tongue are missing, their eyes are missing, some of them, their private parts are missing. From evidence we have, they are using it, and you see them also performing sex, which is called bestiality with the animals, and all these things. If it is a country, if Nigeria is a country, who on earth, if you know that someone have a sex with this animal, will you even dream or think or even imagine to buy such animal and eat? No, you won't do that. Most of the things they do, they are unhealthy. Maybe after this program, we may be tempted to publish even the kind of drugs they do inject the animals. Some of them that we are caught, they said they inject these chemicals on those cows for them to look fresh. I mean, looks healthy, look like they are looking okay, just to sell them. And the question is this: what kind of medicines are they giving to these animals? What kind of, are they approved? You will find them all kind of drugs when you confront them, or when you bust their terrorist huts, camps inside the bushes. You will find some different kind of drugs they are using. Some of them say some are for the animal, and the Fulanis also, they're always high on drugs. They are always high on drugs. So you will find all kind of drugs. The question, and maybe as time goes on, some of these drugs now, we may send it out to some international lab to understand what are the content of these drugs that they are giving to these animals that makes them look so healthy. So in some way, we found these animals are not healthy for consumption, because we don't know why most of our people, all kind of foreign sickness, all kind of things, it is from what we are eating. And I believe they are not coming from vegetables, they are coming from this cow meat. And we need to look into
all right.
Another thing that makes us also, we found out that the Fulanese have continually claimed, and their sponsors and their patrons, like the former Jubril, the former Buhari that died, they said that they are going for greener pasture. They are looking for greener pasture. And we are asking Niger State, according to them, with the landmass, Kaduna State, Middle Belt, go to the north in Borno, they have very big, large land. Do you understand me? And most of these places, the dam we are using today in Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria has the highest number of dams. That's why we do not have fish in Anambra or those River Niger, because they block. Now, they have all these dams in the north. They say it is for agriculture. They say it is for both animal farming and all these things. Now, why are they not using these dams they have provided for farming irrigation to feed these cows? Why do they continue coming down to the southeast, where they said we are very tiny people? They claim we are 5%. No problem. They claim they have all the landmass. Why are they not making use? This shows you that, because they talk about that they are coming, that Nigeria is their father's estate. For us, it is a threat to our own sovereignty. It is a threat for our own existence, because we know the history of the Fulani. The whole of the West Africa, there are crisis of these nomadic Fulanis, killing and maiming people, claiming land that does not belong to them. And the same thing is what we have found out. They have come in to take our ancestral home in pretext that they are coming to rear their cows and sell their cows. That's why we said we are banning Fulani cows in our place. If any Fulani cows are coming to our place, we must know. And we don't want it for now. We have our local cows, and we maintain this, and we continue to enforce. But one thing is that some of our enforcement will not be pronounced, but people who will understand have to understand what is happening. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chinasaworu. And of course, if you are listening, this is constructive argument. Trust me, we hit below the belt. So, as you can hear Mazi Chinasaworu telling you that Fulani cows, there is an embargo, visa embargo on Fulani cows. So if you are Miyetti Allah, get visa for your cow before they actually think of entering Biafra land. All right, we'll take a quick break. In 1 second, we will be back. It is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra.
This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha.
Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Onoha. Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, welcome back once again. It is Constructive Argument, and tonight my guest, of course, is Mazi trying to explain the reasons why Fulani cows are non-granta in Biafra land, and of course many more coming. Mazi, before we leave this issue of the cow, I have one question for you. We are talking about Efibo. I have not seen one yet in Biafra land. What is happening?
No, Mazi, there are Efibo. There are Efibo. I first and foremost, I know we have just started this journey. You know, the rearing of Efibo. There were Efibo before now, but they are not enough. I mean, they were going like extinct. It's not going extinct. Our people were not interested in rearing them. I mean, during this period, this is the first time if you go to Enugu State, Ebonyi State, there are big farms. There are now markets for Efibo. So it is a good development. There are Efibo, but the problem we are having before we ban the Fulani cows, we got information the prices people were selling Efibo, depending the sizes. You know, they look according, if you eat it, I mean, they are more tasty than these Fulani cows anyway, because you know, anything natural, organic, it's also, you can understand, they look more better. Now, if you go to Enugu, you go to Ebonyi, even in Anambra, there are a lot of farms for Efibo coming up, our local cows. If anybody tell you, the only thing people do complain, the complaints we are receiving is that it's a little bit expensive. Do you understand me? Which deals, this is an economics aspect, you know, the higher the demand, the lower the price, or the lower the demand, the higher the price. This is something we have to agree. But one thing is this, the Efibo we have is not yet enough. But that's why we encourage people, we give 6 months. The 6 months that was given before we ban Efibo, there was an improvement. But it is not yet up to the standard we want. We know within 6 months, cows can grow. Within 1 year, do you understand me? The farms everywhere can grow. So what we are saying, to make the availability for more people, and it also create jobs, create business opportunities, create healthy meats, because our people, we are more clean than these people bringing these things. You understand me?
But you see, Mazi, so, that is my problem. That is my problem. To ban Fulani cows is not the issue. What are you doing to ensure that people are having enough meat? Now, let me move a bit further. The Fulani has come out to say that Biafran youth are lazy. Are the youths taking advantage of this ban on Fulani cow to get into the business, to ensure that we have as many as Efibo as possible that we need in Biafra land? Or are we just going to ban Fulani cows and then there will be less meat in Biafra land? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, what you said is right. I totally agree with you that they realize. But Mazi, one thing you have to know about the Igbo Biafrans is that we are very industrious and business-like minds. The only thing our people need is enough education, enough information and awareness for many people to go into this business. For example, I will give you an example for myself. One of my few nephews, he heard about this banning of cows. He said he was planning to do pharmacy. So he said, if we are going to ban cows and now we are going to have our own Efibo, other animals, he said, I want to go and do veterinary medicine. Do you understand? And he got the admission now. These are the things we need to encourage our youth. We need to encourage
So
our
what programs do you have in place? What program do you have in place to ensure that there is an awareness in terms of what you are saying now, that people are going to go into this business?
Mazi, we have professionals on this. They are there. They have been brought on Radio Biafra and educate people. Anybody who is interested can contact the Radio Biafra, contact IPOB leadership. We will link them up with those who are setting up this animal husbandries, who are setting up this agricultural, both cows, pig, all this kind of animal farming. We have, but the thing is this: most of our people will come, we say we don't have the money. We encourage them to start. Also, we are approaching some organizations, some organizational bodies. We are also I'm using this opportunity. Also, we have made it clear. We call also the governments of the southeastern part of Nigeria, all the government, all the stakeholders. This is a business that people are talking about unemployment. This is an opportunity for them. This is a livestock business. It will flourish in our land like never before. We are doing these things. We have done several meetings with people. We encourage them that we can protect the business. If you open it, we will make sure that nothing happens. Maybe if you are afraid, somebody will attack you. We are doing this. But one thing is that we need them to be more serious, bring out the money and invest in these businesses. The lands are there. There are people who are ready to provide their lands for those businesses, and we are calling them. They can contact the IPOB leadership. We will connect them with those on ground who are setting up those businesses, and they will run the business as a private business, not as an IPOB business. We just give them the guidelines and help them to establish those businesses.
All right.
That is it, Mazi.
All right, Mazi.
Thank you so much.
Mazi, the guideline is fine. What about the money?
Mazi, let me tell you something. Before now, even before we bound this, there was a project our leader was having. Mazi, a lot of noise is coming in the background. I don't know if it's from my side.
All right. I think everything is fine here in the studio. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Since we're talking over Skype, it could be anything. Continue and then see if it does stop. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mazi, before this time, our leader was already preparing a budget for this agriculture. And our leader was not only preparing for cow or goat, he was preparing completely for vegetables, cucumber, carrot, all those kind of. There was a full negotiation and agreement with some people to set up even greenhouses that we provide those things in our place. But the detention of our leader, the adoption of our leader and his extraordinary rendition set. Mazi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. And how is the noise from your side?
Hello, Mazi,
is it better now?
hear me?
Is the noise better from your side?
Hello?
Yes, Mazi. I can hear you. I'm not sure if you are hearing me, Mazi Chinasamoru. All right. Mazi, can you hear me now? Unbelievable. I think I have lost Mazi Chinasamoru, but of course, we will re-establish the call. All right. I think there he comes. Let's get back to it. It is constructive argument here on Radio Biafra. Mazi, are you back? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi.
All right,
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Mazi, what I was trying to explain is this. Our leader, before his extraordinary rendition and adoption in Kenya, our leader have made already a plan. There were people we have already contacted over the establishment of farmhouses, both animal farming. We have made this contact, and we were on it. We're discussing on it. We have gotten the budget, both the ones, the greenhouse and all these stuff. We have already gotten the budget. We also make a move, do you understand me, to make sure, even at a point, we have some external, with our neighboring, let me put it like that, one of our neighboring emerging nations, over a joint on production of animal farms, because they have enough, bring it down to Biafra land where the market is there. 10 million people against 70 million people. These things were already made. But there was a setback even before we announced. We wouldn't have announced this. We wouldn't have announced it if not that when they had adopted our leader, we have no choice because we found out that at that time the Fulanese thought the adoption of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lower the leadership of IPOB over the invasion and bringing in Fulani cows and destroying our place. They thought that because they arrested the leader. So that is why we have no option than to send that message to them and start to implement from the cows. And we already have plans, both the tomatoes, the cucumbers. Our people are increasing in the production. One thing is this: we might not say we are bringing out money to give now, but we have our project that will come. But what we encourage people, there are people, Biafrans around the world, there are people also who have come together to support people to start the business. And we want them to be serious. Because now say they will give you again. There are our people in diaspora. I know they have come together, form like things they call cooperatives, and setting up some farming projects. And that's what we encourage, because IPOB leadership will not get involved in handling all those things. But we encourage the private people. There are people who has money for this kind of project. We will guide them. If somebody also said, I want to invest in this kind of business, we have people, professionals on ground, who will help them to establish that business. But to provide or to establish the bigger project, that is the work of IPOB, which I hope after the release of our leader, that project will be back. It is suspended because our leader is not there. It is suspended, and the challenges we are facing. But as soon as it's out, I think we are going to push more further on that aspect. Thank you, Mazi.
All right, Mazi, let me tell you this. Mieti Allah is beating a war drum.
Mazi, I can't hear you.
My goodness me. Can you hear me now, Mazi? All right. I think we are having a bit of a network issue here. Mazi Chinasanworu, can you hear me? All right, I've lost him again, and it is a network issues. He will reconnect back. If you are listening this evening, this is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra. Bring your argument, because we've got the solution. And trust me when I tell you, we are hitting below the belt. And of course, my guest this evening is Mazi Chinasanworu. He is joining me, a member of the DOS. I am playing a devil's advocate this evening, in case if you know what that means. Those had question, that is what I'm asking. Mazi Chinasanworu, are you back? Can you hear me? Mazi Chinasanworu, are you back?
Yeah, Mazi, I'm back. I don't know if this platform this platform is the kind of disrupting
should we try WhatsApp? Should we try WhatsApp?
Okay.
All right, I will get you back right now on WhatsApp. Please bear with us. They don't like what we are doing because we are hitting below the belt. And suddenly, all of a sudden, they are taking advantage and they are trying to disrupt our program. But trust me when I tell you, they will not succeed. I am going to try to bring Mazi Chinasanworu back on another platform, because I am not letting him off any easily. All right, Mazi Chinasa, can you hear me now?
I can hear you very clearly, Mazi.
All right, let's proceed, because I said I am not letting you off any easily. You still have a lot of explanation to do. Please go ahead, we are listening.
Yeah, but I don't know where I stopped, where you heard.
Mazi, you can start anywhere. It doesn't matter. Start anywhere.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that the adoption of our leader, the detention of and his extraordinary rendition, it backrolled all our plans on this agricultural project, both the farming project, the animal farming, and I hope as soon as he's being released, those projects will now come up again. And also, we having people, already private individuals, we have also Biafrans in diaspora who have come together to encourage people at home in some short farming project. What we are saying is that we need such projects to go on. We need more people. You can contact. We have people on ground who helps them to set up those farming projects. If it is on animal husbandry, there are people who can help you out to set it up. There are people who can also raise some capitals. As long as you are genuine, we are not doing the Nigerian farming. Where you go and borrow money in the bank after you will not pay back. That is not what we are doing, because what we are doing is to encourage our people to produce things that will feed us first. Then after that, we will think about the next step to do. But for now, there are people starting it gradually, and we want also people, there are people who have the money to start this project, but maybe they are not yet clear over the way to follow, and we encourage them to contact the IPOB leadership. I think they will be directed, and those who are interested also to do the farming sincerely should also join. Of course, not sincerely, we have our product. There are plans, they have their procedures, the things you have to do, and it will be put in place. Thank you.
All right, if you are listening, this is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra. This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Onoha. Bring your argument, and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, Mazi Chinasa, I've got Mieti Allah on the other side screaming, Wallahi Telahi, Anyamreba Chao. They are beating war drum. Are you ready for them?
Mazi, we are ready for Mieti Allah and the Fulani terrorists in our land anytime, any day. So far, they hardly cry, but these days, I can bet you they know the bushes are no more comfortable for them. And we owe no apology for anybody who will say, why do you? We saw BBC try to mention them. The BBC only mentioned Fulani. We are not in any dispute with the Fulani people. With the Fulani people, I'm making it very clear, because there are Fulanis who love our people also. There are Fulanis that, they understand what we are saying. So we are not in any way fighting with the Fulani, but we are fighting the Fulani terrorists and the herdsmen and bandits who are coming into our land to kill and destroy and rape our mothers. We are ready for the Fulani herdsmen. We are ready for the Fulani bandits. We are ready for Meeti Allah. They know we are ready. They can blab on the social media, they can blab anywhere, but we are ready for them. As long as they are Fulani herdsmen, as long as they are Fulani bandits coming into our bushes to kill, we are not going to spare any one of them. The earlier they take their cows out of our bushes, the better for them. You can now see, nobody is saying anything now. Everybody knows what is happening in Uturu. Everybody knows what is happening in Okigwe axis. They have turned it, the Fulani herdsmen have turned those areas with the Nigerian, some of the bad acts in the Nigerian military, they have turned those areas as kidnapping den. Kidnapping students, raping and killing, and that they will hear from ESN as soon as we can. What we are saying is that it's good, let the world hear our voice. The world should hear our voice. They gave them places they can raise their cows, but now they have encroached into communities. They have chased communities away. They have, especially in that Okigwe Lopanta, they have taken communities over. They rape and chase people away, and that we are not going to condone it. They should be ready. Those who gave them the place should be ready. Because as I'm telling you, they cannot continue, because we know the politicians won't say anything. We know the religious leaders won't say anything. We know the government won't say anything, because they are carrying out their agenda of trying to disseminate and destroy our societies, our cultures, our way of life. For that reason, we have taken the responsibility. IPOB and ESN have taken this responsibility. We decided to take this responsibility also because nobody will do it for us. Our existence is under threat. Our cultural way of life is under threat. And we are not going to keep silent and wait for invaders from Sahel to come into our land, destroy our land, rape our women, destroy everything we have. We are ready for Meeti Allah and the Fulani bandits. Thank you, Mazi.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, if you are only joining now, trust me when I tell you, it is constructive argument. Do we hit below the belt? You bet. This is constructive argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. Bring your argument and we've got the solution. Constructive argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. All right, Mazi, we are almost coming to the end of this segment, but I need to ask you something. And what I'm about to ask you now is very controversial, but that is exactly what this program is all about. Now, I've been hearing things and people are asking me, is it true that our leader is going to do a video in the prison and speak to the whole Biafrans? And I said, I have no knowledge of that. Now, I want to ask you, Mazi Chinasanworu, is this true?
Mazi, I will tell you something. This program, this particular question, I know it arose from the tweet or the message Governor Chukwuma Soludo, after Professor Chukwuma Soludo, when he visited our leader. I think he wrote something of that nature. I think from that is this thing. I think he wrote something from there. I don't know, but let me not quote wrongly. Mazi, making video, our leader to make video from the DSS, it will not be accepted. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
It is not accepted. The reasons are, we cannot ascertain that any video our leader makes from the DSS dungeon is not under duress, no matter whoever will be around him. And that is number one. It is any video coming out from the DSS that our leader said something that is not accepted, because you cannot be able to talk to your people freely in the midst of your enemy, and beside that, in one of the most dangerous dungeons in Nigeria, which is the DSS dungeon. Biafrans will not accept it. We are not going to accept it. Then secondly, if anybody persuades our leader to make, you understanding me, a video from that place for the leadership, we will see it like they want to just use him to calm down the environment, and they continue to hold him. That means they have no plan to release him. Maybe they see there are insecurity. If anything our leader wants to say, he has been sending message through the lawyers all this while. He has been sending message. And in his last court outing, he's delivered a message through our brother, Mazi Benjamin Madubugu. Nobody will say he doesn't know him. The message is clear. He has delivered the message. Anything our leader will say now, he has said it many times through people. So we want, if our leader wants to speak to Biafrans, we want him to speak to us as a free man when he is free. Or he comes to the court in the, you understand me, like how it happened in 2016 and 17, he can come out and speak to the press. But if they don't give him those opportunity, we want him to be a free man, then he can speak to us. He has spoke to us for many years. Do you understand me? So whatever he wants to tell us, I think all those messages he have delivered it to us through the legal team, and also through our brother Benjamin Madubugu in his court outing. He have delivered many messages. Our leader have informed, delivered messages. So I don't see it as being necessary. I don't want them to, those who are making move for us and the leadership, we don't, it is not accepted. Even if it is done, it is not accepted.
All right, Mazi, I'm asking you this question because I have somebody else who is telling me right now. He said to me, which means they believe that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks, that people will listen and there will be peace in Biafra land. Now the question is, when he speaks and there is peace in Biafra land, are they not going to abandon him to rot in jail? Because if they really want peace, wouldn't they push for his release so that he can come out and of course speak to his people, just like you alluded, as a free man?
Mazi, anything like the leader, we have made it very clear that nobody can force our leader for anything, any negotiation, anything inside the DSS dungeon. Anything our leader have to say, he have to say it as a free man when he's released. Do you understand me? We are not accepting it. Number one, Mazi, let me tell you something. You see those people who are saying when our leader come and speak, there will be peace. No. You know, these infiltrators have caused a lot of damage in Biafra land. With the Nigerian military, with the fifth columnist, they have caused criminals, kidnappers, they were carrying all kind of criminal activities in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of these criminals, infiltrators, many of them has become millionaires from stealing, from robbing of cars, most of them have made money from criminality. And most of the infiltrators have also made money from whatever they are doing. Now, they found out, they are now seeing the coast is clear, that the leader is coming out. All those people are speaking from both sides of their mouth. They think, okay, let them now say, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said a lot of things before he was adoption. There was nothing. What do you want him to address? Is it who to take the command from when he's not there? Is it about criminality? Have he preached against criminality? Mazi, let me clear something here. Do you know that all this while, from the time our leader was adopted, flown extraordinary renditions to Nigeria, the Nigerian government, their agents, the infiltrators, those who knows what they were doing and those who don't know what they were doing, all of them came together. That is when they are trying to raise up something they will use to tag IPOB as a terrorist group in diaspora all around the world, like maybe in America and the UK. They were looking, so they start because they are holding our leader. But do you know where they have problem? Do you know where they have problem? Presently, the argument is, you are claiming Nnamdi Kanu did this, Nnamdi Kanu did that, but he's in the detention. They are being asked, name one IPOB leadership, somebody from IPOB leadership who have advocated for violence in any way. Show us who is, mention him, bring evidence that this IPOB leadership have advocated for violence against our own people, against killing of our own people. That was why you see them pushing that infiltrator from Finland. He is making many unguarded statements because, but you saw in the BBC this thing, they didn't even want to. He is the one who have called violence against our people, but they didn't mention his name. This is how you understand. You found out that since they are holding our leader, you saw Uchemefo wake up from dead, already start writing on social media and start claiming, writing thesis. Somebody IPOB trained with their money to be a lawyer. He ended up writing thesis against his leader, his own people, thinking that he will succeed. You found out the other fallen angel from the Radio Biafra, going on Radio Biafra to talk about that we are giving internet to people. Mazi Kechuku, let me ask you one question.
Yes.
Those BBC journalists, those people who are doing journalism, are they not being given communication equipment?
Absolutely.
Are BBC not providing them telephones, laptops, all the cars, allowances, and
Absolutely.
all these things?
Not only BBC, but every media houses must provide for their correspondence.
Media, thank you. And you call us IPOB media warriors. This is what you call. And you are crying for 1,500 naira internet recharge given to people to make sure that they work for the restoration of Biafra. They are crying for 1,500 naira. They are crying for an Android phone. This is to show you who they are. They have all failed and they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let him make a statement. They say, okay, he have make a statement. No, they should not use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make a statement, because all they plan was, this guy was trying to impose himself as the leader of IPOB. He made unguarded statement. He commit all these things, and they gathered them all together. That is why you saw him pushing himself that I am a leader, I am an IPOB member. And we told him, you are not. You are not an IPOB member. You are not, and you have never been. he continued to push our people, some of the foolish ones, some of the, the ones that don't have, even when you're talking, they don't know what is happening. They don't know. It is because we defeated them. You found out now BBC come out and deliver this, do you understand me, this blackmailing program, fake documentary against our people. If you watch out, had it been they have enough, that is why they wanted people like we to say something. They would have waited. We respond to them. Because they are talking about how we are projecting with violence. Who? Mazi, have we come here on radio and project violence? Have we called for violence?
Not at all.
Mazi Chinedu called for violence? Have any member of the DOS come on radio and call for violence? No, none of us have done so. That is why the agent provocateurs, those who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people don't understand that this is a Nigerian government conspiracy with their fifth columnist. They organize these people. They want to bombard with all kind of atrocities. They tell people to do all kind of criminality, and at the end of the day, they will all gather it and tell you, this guy is your leader. He is your leader. We should thank IPOB leadership for not allowing that infiltrator to be on our Radio Biafra. Because had he been, he called all these things on Radio Biafra. How will you defend yourself? How will you defend it is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How will you defend that it is not coming from IPOB? That is why the best thing the leadership of IPOB did was to make sure he goes into agreement on the code of conduct of people who come on Radio Biafra to speak something. Because I could remember when he said that when he did the radio and nobody should tell him what to say and what not to say, he won't take any word from anybody. Mazi Kechukwu, are you not having a supervisor who supervises this Radio Biafra?
Absolutely.
And all the people working? So how will you, Mazi Kechukwu, feel? How will Mazi Ike Peters feel when somebody comes in, he speaks what he has that will contradict what you have been doing for many years? He will come and call for violence, call and kill this person. Kill who? Our own people. This is what they were looking for. But they never knew there were people in this movement. They never knew that the IPOB leadership are men behind this movement. That is what they never knew. That is why they came out from everywhere, and we thank Chukwu Kikadiam and say at the end, they have all failed. They have all failed. That is why you see Lai Mohammed now crying to Facebook to see what they will do to us. All of them are crying. Uche Mefo is crying. You saw the thesis he wrote about Madubugu. Madubugu came out and they said what Onyendu delivered to him. Uche Mefo is crying because the world is asking him. But this is what these guys are saying. This man said, Soludo wrote it. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not happy with what is happening in Biafra land. He said it is sacrilegious. And we all know that. Mazi, look at all they have done to be able to blackmail this movement. They want to call you a terrorist on the radio. They want to, because they know they are holding our leader. They want all their plans. We know all what they are planning. The IPOB leadership, the information, all the intelligence report, everything happening in this is, everything comes on their table. And at the end of the day, we must use it very, very well. We don't need to come and tell people. The most important is we want the unconditional release of our leader. We don't care how we do it. We don't have to explain to anybody how it is being done. But what we want is a total unconditional release of our leader. And that we are going to achieve very, very soon. One thing you have to know, now most of them have seen. Mas, let me tell you something. Let me make this thing very clear also on the radio.
Go ahead.
You saw, we gave an instruction. Yes, we gave an instruction. I made that post, but I put it in a positive way because
yes.
We have, every time I come on radio, we told our people, do not go here with this, don't go here with that, don't go here with this. But you know, some of the infiltrators, they still disobey. You saw what they did in Abuja. There are certain things we say don't do, and that thing they did. Some of them, few of them that came there, what they did is what led to the arrest of one of them. And it is very bad. I have many occasions called the Biafra land coordinator and give him instruction on anybody pertaining the IPOB leadership going to Abuja. I have on many occasions, on any court listen, I give him, but there are people they don't want to listen. They want to go there and cause more trouble for us, knowing quite well that our leader is about to be released. They want to create a scenario, but we are not going to let them. We are not going to let them. And we are asking anybody, 26th of August, 26th of May, our leader will be coming back to court, and we are expecting nothing than total victory. Listening to the instructions that are being marshaled out on the radio Biafra when you are going to Abuja. Do not go with your own gang. We are under command and control. If we are not under command and control, we will not get to this stage. Every one of you know that we have been blackmailed. There is all kind of things said against IPOB leadership and its followers and IPOB members. But those hardcore have remained. Those voices on Radio Biafra have remained, consistently defending this cause, consistently defending the rights of our people, consistently defending the freedom for the restoration of Biafra. We do not want anybody who will jeopardize it. If you jeopardize it, that is your own cup of tea. You will carry the blame. We are not going to be blamed for your misfortunes or for your stupidity. That is all I have to say, Mazi.
All right,
Thank
Mazi,
you so much.
before I let you go, this is going to be the last one. It's going to be a very heavy punch, and it must be below the belt. Let's talk BBC right now. Mazi, before I ask you the question, I want to ask you this one. Why are you not suing BBC? Why are IPOB not taking BBC to The Hague? I will tell you why. Listen to me and pay close attention. Wait, Mazi, wait. I'm going to give you a chance. I want to tell you why I ask you this question. Now, the name Frederick Forsyth, I'm sure it rang a bell. He worked for BBC. He was right here in Biafra 50 years ago. BBC was here. Listen to this. He said, I arrived in the Biafran capital of Enugu on the 3rd day of the war. In London, I had been briefed by General Watros, head of BBC West African Service. What I did not know was that he was the obedient servant of the Government of Commonwealth Relation Officer, which believe every word of his High Commissioner in Lagos. Now, David Hunt, it took 2 days in Enugu to realize that everything I had been briefed was garbage. Now, listen to this. I have been briefed that the brilliant Nigerian army would suppress the rebellious in 2 weeks. Doesn't that make BBC an accomplice? And today, because you people kept quiet, BBC have the audacity to come to rewrite history. I ask you again, Mazi Chinasa, IPOB, DOS, why are you not taking BBC to The Hague? Please go ahead. You have lawyers that you are paying. Why are they not suing BBC? I need an answer, Mazi Chinasa.
Mazi, thank you so much for this question. I will tell you something. You know, after the war, our people, many things went wrong. Our people, whether we like it or not, our people feel defeated. Nobody even make any move. There were no voice. Since after the war, our people have never gotten any voice. This is the first time we are having a voice. That is the Radio Biafra. Now, all this while, I cannot tell you that IPOB in UK are not doing, they went on protest on the other day and they issued them a petition, a very serious one. We have launched a campaign we are already consulting the legal aspect of it, what we can do to BBC. We are already doing that, which we are not going to make it open. We are looking at the chances of taking, let me tell you something, Mazi. BBC have done this thing to our fathers, to our uncles.
Absolutely.
BBC brought their cameras to Biafra land and witnessed one of the
genocide,
most horrible genocide,
and kept quiet. They hid it.
This planet. BBC brought their cameras and they have everything. They knew everything that happened to our people. But They fail to understand that those seed that were killed in 1967 and 70, they have reincarnated again. And this generation of Biafrans, IPOB in particular, we are out for BBC. We must not allow BBC to rewrite our history any longer. They should know that. And they have seen the handwriting on the wall. One thing is this, we will remind BBC, which we are always saying, BBC, if they have forgotten, or if they don't know, or if they claim, if our fathers do not know, we indigenous people of Biafra, we know that it is an international crime for any media house to carry a war media propaganda against victims of state terror. We know that. And BBC is supposed to know that this generation, we know the act, what they did in 1967 to 70, and we are not going to allow them to happen again. Now, the IPOB leadership have already set up some plans on how to tackle the BBC. We have gone for protest. There will be continuous protest in BBC headquarters. There will be, even if need be, we are going to build our tent. If need be, we are going to build a tent in front of and get a permanent stay in front of BBC. And we will protest from time to time. Some people will live in front of BBC so that they will understand how serious we are. If we are going to set up even if we got the power or got the permission, we will set up a permanent protesting site in front of BBC so that they will know how radical, they will know how we feel because of the role they play against our people. We are not leaving BBC. We are not leaving. If they have done, the people who have done it before have gone free, those who are present, if they don't change their ways, I'm telling you, Mazi, they will never find it easy with the indigenous people.
Mazi Chinasa, let me hold on, Mazi Chinasa. Hold on. Mazi Chinasa, hold on.
We will teach them that we are not so called.
Mazi Chinasa, hold on. Now I'm talking to you as a lawyer, because somebody who have few months to actually become a lawyer is almost a lawyer, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
Now let me tell you this. Do you know that the video or documentary that DBC did amounts to a call for genocide against 70 million people? Are you aware of that?
Mazi, I am aware of that because it is the same BBC that instigated the killing and the genocide of the Biafran people. It is also the reporting of BBC that the 1966 coup was an Igbo orchestrated coup that led to the genocide of 1967 to 1970. That's what I'm telling you. BBC instigated it. It is a crime. It is a crime in international court for any group, and that is what they want to repeat again. That is why they did this documentary, and we are not going to allow this thing to see the sun of the day.
Thank you very much, Machina Sanwo-Oro. Now, before I let you go, I want you to give us your parting shots. What do you want to tell Biafrans and lovers of freedom all around the world before we put a curtain down on today's constructive argument on Radio Biafra? Over to you, Machina Sanwo-Oro.
Mazi Kechiko, thank you so much. It is an honor to be here. And I want to tell my fellow Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, friends and followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that there is one thing. If they said, if a man, you have nothing to fight for, you are not worth living. We have decided to fight for the restoration of Biafra. We know all these things will come. I mean, challenges. We might not say that we know exact challenge that will come, but we know in this journey it's not going to be easy. I used to tell some of my colleagues, or sometimes I tell them, I said, because had it been he told us, most of us will not embark on this journey. But that is what life is all about. Do you understand me? Had it been we know that we are going to go through all these things, maybe many people will not be here. But we know he is leading us to freedom. And freedom, it is not something you can just take it on a platter of gold. Freedom is something that you have to take by force. And I'm calling Biafrans, irrespective of their blackmail, irrespective of the infiltrators, irrespective of their agent provocateurs, irrespective of all the conspiracies. I am asking Biafrans and all the hardcore IPOB members to remain steadfast. We are always a winner. We have never gone into any battle and we lose that battle. They have blackmailed us all they can, and we are equal to the tax. Thanks to IPOB media warriors, thanks to IPOB media in general, from the radio to the online bloggers, I thank every one of you. We must continue this assignment. And I thank all our men in the bushes. I thank all the IPOB family members who have remained steadfast, who did not allow themselves to be washed or brainwashed to leave this movement for criminals and infiltrators. And I'm asking every one of you, the IPOB leadership, all those who have supported us during all this period, or almost 10 months that we have gone into this fight, many people never believe we will come this far. Many people never believe that we are going to come out victorious. But we know confidently, because of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have impacted in every one of us, we know we are fit, we are capable, and we can deliver his promises to the Biafran people, irrespective of any challenges that comes our way. And therefore, I call all Biafrans, it is time. It is not yet over. The battle is not yet over. But put in your mind that we are getting to that freedom. We are getting to that freedom. Do not backslide. Who believes that by now that IPOB will be here? Because their plan was in 2 months' time, 3 months' time that IPOB is gone. That was how all they were boasting on the social media. That was all how they have come. And I thank every one of you who have supported IPOB. I know not everybody is IPOB, but we have millions of supporters. We have supporters even in Asorok. In the presidency, we have people who are supporting IPOB, who are supporting this cause. In any part of the world, even in the military, even some Fulani people are supporting this cause. Many Fulani people are supporting this cause. Men of goodwill are supporting this cause. One thing I'm telling you, we are not alone. People have heard, the world have heard our cry, and we will continue to cry until we get what we want. We must continue to march until Biafra is restored. Nobody should surrender. Nobody should give up. Nobody should ask. Said, when are we going there? We are getting there very soon. Put in your mind that whatever we have passed through have sharpened our understanding in the freedom, in the quest for freedom, and we are not going to disappoint our people. We are not going to let go until Biafra is restored. Mazi Kechiku, thank you so much. Biafrans, my name remains Mazi Chinasanworu. Mazi Chinasanworu served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State.
Please don't go yet. Don't go yet. I just remembered something. Now, the phone call and tweet against BBC. Can you please talk to our people more about it? Because everybody is expected to call BBC. They need to get the flyer. Please help me and talk to Biafrans about that. Go ahead.
Mazi, for the BBC Twitter and the telephone campaign launched by IPO Biafrans, what we are saying is this: the flyer is out. It is being circulated on social media. As an Ajubu before we believe that we can, maybe we know there are powers, or there are people also in the BBC who are keeping our issues. They are pressing it down. They don't want the world. Or other British people, like our leader normally says, he said British people are good people. So we want to touch the conscience of the British people. Mazi, I will tell you one thing. I will make it. There is, after the BBC released that program,
yes,
after they released that documentary, there is a reporter, he said he confronted one of the BBC reporters. Say, how can they release this kind of program, knowing quite well that this program, the informations and all the things here are incorrect? He said it is not in their powers, that these things are from the powers above, that they are not even allowed to write anything against Nigerian government or against the atrocities of the Nigerian military, that most times when they write any conflicting stories, the ambassador, Katrina Lang, will give them a call and warn them not to write anything against. So we believe most times they control them in Nigeria. So let us take this thing ahead to their domain, their headquarters. We go there and present, and we want our people to call them. If you do not get them online, they have a complaint section on their www.bbc.co.uk/complaint. You can also send your complaint, ask them these questions. They may ask you to wait, because I have gotten testimonies from people who say that they ask them to wait, and they transfer them to somebody who took all their complaints and told them your complaints are well noted. We encourage people. Some people say they call, maybe it is a boat, it hang them, just continue to wait. If you feel you did not get them on telephone, you can send them an email, because we have people who have reported that they send them email and they gave them a response. So this campaign will last till July. Every day. After this, we are also taking other steps that we are not going to make public. We are taking those steps, internationally. But we have to continue doing this. When we finish this, if there is any other program the leadership will bring out on the media aspect, we will also make it public. But for now, we want every Biafran, all the lovers of freedom, who understood what we are passing through and who can agree with us that the fake documentary that BBC released is to blackmail IPOB people, is to use it as a weapon to tag IPOB as terrorists in diaspora. We ask everybody, every Biafran and every peace-loving freedom fighter to call BBC and ask them those questions that we have specified on the flyer. And please, when you are calling them, make your questions and make your discussions more politely so they can understand what you are saying. Thank you, Mazi Kechukwu.
Mazi Chinasa, I told my listeners and Biafrans around the world that I've known Mazi Chinasa Nworu for a couple of years. Man, I want to Chinasa na church and Ejioji amagim. All the one ogologo and we give my idea. And people think I'm telling lies. These are the wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the 7 wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Bringing people who does not even know what each other look like, and yet they work together.
Mazi, I cannot hear you very well. Come again.
All right. I say that these are the 7 wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bringing people who doesn't even know what the other person look like, and yet they can work together. And then people will have the audacity to say, "Ono ne riego." Mazi Chinasa, can I do a deal with you if I don't know what you look like?
Mazi Kechukwu, one thing I realized in IPOB, this was something that I've never done in our lives. Before we believe somebody you don't see, you cannot trust.
Absolutely.
But IPOB have made it very, very clear that many of us can deal millions, do you understand me, of activities, even transact funds.
Absolutely.
As long as you are IPOB.
Absolutely.
Mazi, we have known for many years. When you're in South Africa, you moved to Israel.
Yes.
You helped and set up the Israel IPOB Middle East Radio. Do you understand me? You started a good work which is still there. We haven't met. We
Absolutely.
haven't even seen. You understand me? We do have meeting maybe on the radio once in a while. We don't know, but we believe. Absolutely. You will hear the sincerity of people from the voice of their mouth. I have worked with Mazi Former from 2015 till date. I have worked with Mazi, all of us, we have worked all together. Most of us have not come together, but most of us have met each other also in one way or the other.
So Mazi, how are you guys sharing money if you don't know each other?
And the spirit of Biafra in us will never allow us. Mazi, when people say
unbelievable.
Mazi, you are okay. What our people don't understand is that most of us, as long as we are contented with what we have, that's what matters so much. You don't need to pay me money for me to do anything, and I will never give any money to anybody for him to do something for Biafra, unless maybe if it is assignment, like they say we give data. Yes, if we have any Biafran that need data to be on social media, we will give to you. There is no crime against that one. But say you pay somebody, and we do it in a channel, they should know. We give it as a channel. There is somebody in charge. They will give the little token, say put recharge card. It is not cash. We don't give cash. It is put a recharge card for this person to be able to do his work. Mazi, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate all of you who
Thank you
comes
very
on
much,
radio.
Mazi.
We don't need to ourselves. We don't need to know ourselves
Absolutely.
before we deliver this course. But I believe we will see ourselves
in
soon
Biafra
because
land.
Biafra is closed.
Thank you very
Ndewo,
much.
Mazi.
Ndewo. All right, there you have it. That was Mazi Sanwo-Olu, of course, hitting below the belt. It is constructive argument on Radio Biafra. It is our first show. It is our first segment and our first guest. Trust me when I tell you, next week we will be having a legal person because we will be talking legal matters here on Constructive Argument. My name is Mazi playing the devil's advocate this evening. Goodbye and God bless Biafra. This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Onoha. Bring your argument and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt.